Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. All right, so listen, if you have Shopify or Launchcart, you may want to take a look at this, right? This is your first time to this channel. I'm Jenny Jones. I'm the digital growth hacker, right? And what I do is I try to find tools or lifetime deals that you can connect with other tools and make super or power tools with my hack packs. You're not going to believe what I have for you. Let's take a look at this particular tool. This is going to streamline all of your work when it comes to producing and putting things out in your stores. Let's take a look at this tool. This was funny. All right, let's go. All right, so let me just be honest with you. The reason why I say it's funny is because I sat down to do this video, right? And I said, man, let me see what Wondr.AI is all about. And I want to do this quick video, right? Took me a lot longer than what I thought. That's why I said this is funny. But here's what I'll tell you. I was rewarded on the other end. So this tool called Wondr.AI, again, they have a deal on it going on right now at Appsumo, a lifetime deal. I keep laughing because once I finished it, I was so impressed. Now, I haven't gotten through all of it, right? And I think what you do, and it's really basically easy. What it's basically doing is it's creating a workflow for you. And what I'm actually starting to see is a lot of these companies are creating these mini robots or these workflows, having AI do a lot of stuff for you. So this is one where I took. So what you do is the first thing you do is he says, hey, what kind of workflow do I want to do? I want to do a basic workflow, right? And that's a basic workflow that I did. That's what I did. I don't want to do anything serious. There's a premium workflow where you can do the ones that are a little bit more difficult to do, right? And then you can do a social media workflow where it's going and it's doing some other things and posting and all this other stuff. So these are workers that are going on behind the scenes. This is kind of the new thing, what I'm seeing here, right? And so the premium workflows I didn't do. So basically what it does, just so you know, it'll go out. The prompts are already loaded. And what happens is if this is the one that you want, you click launch product and it brings you into the workflow that already has your ChatGPT prompts in it, already has your AI prompts. All you have to do is you have to connect in and put your APIs in to your, put your ChatGPT AI API in and put your Printify API in. And then what it does is it makes quick work. So I'm just going to show you really quick. I got to tell you, I really was frustrated at first. I was like, man, I don't get this tool, right? The name, whenever I see people do Wondr and miss the E and the R, and I seen Follower do that, I'm like, they're running out of names for URLs, and it's just like, I'll just drop the E and just use R. So again, enough about the name. And I think I want to put something out there initially. I think a lot of people's like, oh, they need to connect in to Launchcart. They need a direct API. They actually don't, because you can connect through Launchcart through Printify or Printful. So listen, I'm just going to show you the workflow. This is so funny. That was the reason why I cannot believe I'm laughing, but this will be a short video. It will not take you as long as it took me. Now, what I have to do is be honest with you, right? I did a easy workflow, and there's a couple more things you can do here. So what I did was I did a basic workflow. Only thing I wanted to do was produce a pair of shoes, right? With this design on it, right? I could change the design, but I used the exact same prompts that they used here. Let me take my face off here. I used the exact same prompts that they used, right? A men's low top sneaker, right? And I put that in one of my Launchcart stores, right? And I have 3 stores right now that are running, but one of them is the only store that I would experiment with, right? I kind of like this. I'm not going to lie to you. So what I did was I created this shoe in my store, right? For the life of me, I'm still laughing, but I want to keep this video short, and we are going to get an opportunity to look at the deal as well. So before we look at I still keep laughing because it took me so long, but then when I got it, I was like, oh my God, I'm really, really liking this. So let's just look at the deal here really quick. So this is Appsumo. And if you're not familiar with Appsumo, of course, they are a company or marketplace that negotiates lifetime deals for people and or their users and or their members, right? And so what they do is when I say lifetime deals, that means you only have to pay once, right? You only have to pay once, but you instead of paying monthly, you pay once, and then you get a lifetime deal that you don't have to pay any longer. What I do is I look at the different deals that they have. I try to see if those deals work and they work for me in any one of my particular businesses. And then I'll pick up a deal. I always start with like a tier 1, but if I read here, like the features, and they all have a 60-day money back guarantee. Every now and then they'll have one or two that don't have a 60-day guarantee, but you come here has a 60-day guarantee. It's like, what's the worst could happen, right? With a 60-day money back guarantee, what they'll do is they'll return your money or they'll give you a credit to use towards another deal, right? That's kind of how they get you hooked, is they give you this return, and it kind of gets you into their system, right? So looking at this deal here, I pulled out tier 1 for a test drive, right? It's 1,000 operations per month, right? And this is really going to depend on how often you're going to use this, right? I really think, I think a tier 2 is really all you need. 10,000 operations per month. And I think what they're doing is every time it goes and it has to use their API connections. So really creating my tennis shoe is probably, it's probably 5 operations, right? It's because I'm just creating a tennis shoe, but it has to go through 5 different series, and I'm assuming that it's going and it's reaching that. So they're not paying any more for any AI prompts. They're using your own API prompts from your particular chat GPT, and they're using the API connections on Printify. They're not using your prompts. So you don't have to pay for that. You're just paying for the operations of the systems and the robots running behind. So I don't think anything more than a tier 2 is really necessary here. I just think that tier 1 is too low. Once you find out what to do, you say, I'm going to need at least more than a tier 1. Tier 2 should be very satisfying. Unless you're just a heavy user, you have a lot of stores, then you would go for the unlimited operations. I don't know that I would use it. I'm going to test it out a little bit more. I may go to tier 3, maybe before they leave. I don't know that I'm going to do that. So here they have a couple of reviews here, not many, but the reviews they have here is they're all pretty much good. This was one automation plus AI that makes sense. Basically what they're doing is they're running these automated robots for you. I'm starting to see a trend in that. I think, like I said in my opening, I'm starting to see a trend of these automated robots doing the work for you. Instead of you clicking and going through Printify, looking for t-shirts, looking for designs, I think if you do the unlimited, I actually think you can run a business. If you do this, let's say, let me give you the best business scenario. If you run a tier 3 and you sell a Shopify, not a Shopify, but a Launchcart store to someone, you can run a full-blown business for this and make your money back in no time. You can make $249 back with one printing, right? So if you wanted to do that for somebody, if someone has a Launchcart store from you, or you wanted to run someone's connection, you definitely can do that. I can really see this happening. I'd have to go in and look underneath the hood a little bit and see how you can transfer it, but you definitely can generate it, right? So enough about that. Again, I think tier 2 is really all you need. A tier 3, if you're going to run a business, I can see you running a business here, but there is going to be a cost associated on your side because that your chat prompts are going to cost you. So we already know chat prompts don't cost, running through ChatGPT, they don't cost that much, but if you're going to run unlimiteds, then you're going to run up your own tab as well. So you got to make sure you cover that cost. So here's what happened, right? So let's go back to what I did. I wanted to put this tennis shoe in my store, right? A men's low top sneaker, right? I wanted to put it in there. And the funny thing about it, let me tell you what's funny about this. And the reason why I can't keep laughing is because my wife told me, she says, oh, well, you're turning older now. So with your suits, right, you can wear these casual tennis shoes, to be easier on your feet instead of wearing all these hard dress shoes all the time. She says, I'm starting to see men with this look, right? So I think I'm going to design a shoe with my face on it or what have you, and then order it from my store, do something really weird. That's what's been cracking me up because I was able to do it so easily, right? So enough about that. I think that was so funny. So we're going to go in. So here's what happened, right? Once you click in the workspace, so let's go back. Let's take a look at it. Once you say, this is the work, once I go into, this is a basic workflow. Once you hit launch product, another piece, their engine is going to pop up, and it's going to look like this. This is their engine. And so you can see here where it says men's low top sneakers, smart Printify automation. That's what this is. It's already a prompt. It's already a robot built. And so what you have to do is you have to go in, you have to connect your ChatGPT here. They give you the instructions on how to do that. You put your other ChatGPT here, and you put your prompts here. This is going to get us the doll eat. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to get these going, right? These three, you're going to put your API in, and then you're going to go into your Printify and put your API in here, here, and here. So this is basically what it's doing. It's telling you at the end. We're going to generate the image here, right? Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see. You're going to generate. So this prompt is going to generate an image, right? You're going to pay for that prompt. This one's going to create a completion of ChatGPT 4 or 3.5. That's you're going to do there. Then you're going to create a completion again of the ChatGPT here. Then what you're going to do is, this is a robot, right? Then it's going to go to Printify. It's going to upload what you created here, right? It's going to upload what you created here. See if I can turn my mouse on here. Should be, yeah. So it's going to turn your, so it's going to print it here. Once you get that, it's going to then take the robot and it's going to upload an image, connect to your API. It's going to upload an image here. So it's telling you to upload an image. Then it's going to create the product inside of your Printify store, and then it's going to publish the product, right? And so it took me a while. The reason why I kept having to go back through it because I didn't have the right API key, and then I didn't connect it. I was trying to rush through it because I wanted to get this video out. I keep laughing, right? So it did all of that. These are the different ones that you use. These are favorites. So depends on what you're trying to create over here. That's where it's going to preload you over here, and it's going to tell you what prompt you're going to use. So instead of you going out and doing it, and once you get the prompt set, then you just press run here, right? And this is another robot here. Then it's going to run prompt. It's going to run the prompt. So once you press the run prompt, here's what it's going to do. I'm telling you, this is crazy. It basically went and let me show you the end product. This is the end product. This is my Launchcart store. It gave me all the prompts there. It put all that stuff in there. It produced the shoes. I got to tell you, I was impressed. So I went through, I didn't want to have to go through everything, but it printed the shoes. I kind of have a feeling that if I launch this correctly and just do personalized, customized shoes, you could really make some good money here. I think this is a nice little tool, right? Let me show you here. So it created it here in my store. So this is my Elk Grove Tees Printify store. It created the shoes. I keep laughing because I cannot believe it did that. So it actually created the shoes, and it published it. It did all that. And these are other things that I created in my store, in my Launchcart. If you look at some of my old videos, that's what I did. But so the shoes ended up showing up, and that's why I'm laughing so hard, because my wife's like, you need to get these shoes. So I go and pick up a tool like this, Wondr.AI. I mean, it does these prompts. Basically what it's doing, and I've noticed what it's doing, it's actually going through and it's just running the robots, is pumping everything there for you. And it's running these prompts for you. You can connect it. You can do some Facebook prompts. You can do some automatic posting prompts. And you can look down here. You know this is a robot running because you can see where you hit run once, and then it goes and it does all the prompting and stuff for you. I think there may have been a couple of tools. RoboMotion, I think, is a robot tool that if you program RoboMotion, I actually think RoboMotion could actually do this for you, because that's all I'm doing is I'm putting the prompts there, but I'm not building it from scratch. These prompts are already preloaded. So that's kind of what it's doing. So if you have RoboMotion, you probably can do this on your own. If you don't have RoboMotion, this is basically doing that for you with the one click of a button. I actually like this. And what I'm seeing is I'm actually seeing a lot more robots doing a lot more work for you. And you're going to start seeing that a lot more. So awesome product, making creativity easy. I'm telling you, this is autopilot. I kind of like this, right? If you run a Launchcart store, I have 100 stores. I have 3 of them running right now, making a little bit of money on them. I haven't really put them out for full launch yet, right? And there's some things that I'm trying to create. I got some trademarks and things going, so I haven't really launched my Amazon store, which I do have an Amazon store finally approved for that. I can see myself I may end up going into the unlimited operations. We'll see, right? Or I may just try to reduplicate this in RoboMotion myself. So, hey, this has been Jenny Jones, man. You guys have been great. Thanks for bearing with me through these laughs. It's so funny, but I like this. I like this tool. So if you have Launchcart, you have Shopify, and you have the Launch Collective, which if you're in Launchcart, one thing I'll say, let me get, one thing I will say is I'm an investor for Launchcart. I invested, and then I've been on their investor calls. They got a lot of stuff that's getting ready to happen. So if you have Launchcart, you got that. I think, they got some partnerships and a lot of things that's happening that now the more and more I think about it, now I see that having the drop shipping in Launchcart and then having the ability to have an Amazon store, that's going to put me in retirement status here pretty quick if I get everything lined up. And I only wanted to tell you that is because there's a lot more things happening with the drop shipping and or e-commerce is starting. It's going to become, it was already big back then, but now we're moving into this age where there's been so many different stores losing money by having the brick and mortars. Now everybody's moving to this online. It's a flight to online, flight to AI, all these different things. I think if you're going to play in that space, I think you're going to be well lined up in the future. I might do a live on this. This is so exciting. Let me know if you guys want me to do a live and I can actually show you guys. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts is on this. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones. I haven't spoke to you guys in a while, but I was so fired up and I still think it's funny. And you can populate TikTok Shop, Etsy, and Google Shopping. Here's what I will tell you. Google Shopping is getting ready to do something major. I don't know when it's going to happen. I know that they're going to be getting closely integrated with YouTube because YouTube's been asking us a lot of questions about shopping, and they already do some limited things now, but I think they're really going to start stepping their game up. Based on the questions I was answering for their latest survey for content creators, I really think something really big is about to happen. All right. Thank you guys for listening in this long. This is a good pickup. Use my code below. Obviously, I'll probably get maybe $5 from it. But if I can get over 200 some odd people to buy it, which never happens, I'll be able to buy maybe a tier 3. I don't know. So you guys have been great. You guys take care. This is still funny. All right. Goodbye for now.